Hey guys, I've talked a lot about the Trump crisis cycle here on the channel. This is my term for it, not necessarily an original observation, but just that President Trump does a lot of solving crises that he himself initiated or created. And I think we're seeing that play out right now in the financial markets, in particular with the nomination or the potential nomination of Jerome Powell's replacement at the Federal Reserve, the folks that set our interest rates and do a lot of other important monetary policy making. Right now, we're looking at a situation where Trump is using the bully pulpit of the presidency to push for potentially replacing this guy. Traditionally, this is a position that's independent of the president for lots of very important reasons. And I kind of have a clip here to show exactly my point. I'll insert it
We'll
now.
have the Taylor rule. If all you're going to do is wait for data to tell you what to do, you're never going to be ahead of it, and you're probably going to be behind like they were a couple of years ago when inflation was going to run hot. Now they could be behind in trying to get ahead of an economic slowdown. They may be behind again.
Well, you're absolutely right, but let's not ignore the tariffs here, putting them in a difficult position after we've had 4 years above the target. So there's some worry here. Are you going to see the second round effects?
But your paper, every time they talk about inflation, they say it's not from tariffs. It's from too many dollars chasing too few goods. They always say it can be a price increase, but not the second derivative.
I think that's the challenge here for the administration in arguing for cuts. The most persuasive arguments that I'm hearing for rate cuts right now is that tariffs are going to destroy demand.
So the guest here, I think, is astute in pointing out what a lot of people are overlooking, right, in the financial press, that a big part of the concern with why the Fed is frozen right now and changing interest rates is concern over potential inflation from tariffs, which of course is a policy that President Trump is obsessed with rolling out. I think what's missed by the guest here is actually, the bigger meta picture, which is that the inflation that we're experiencing ultimately started with the first Trump administration, and actually Jerome Powell was a nominee to be Fed chair during that administration as well, right? So the inflation we're dealing with, well, it's blamed on Biden by folks like Fox News and others. This is all stuff that started with the COVID response under Trump. We really inherited that from Trump, and obviously that took some time to trickle down into the economy and percolate through the economy. But again, this is just one more example of a problem that Trump created, and then Trump is proposing that he needs more power to solve it when the original reason it exists is ultimately his fault. Curious for your thoughts down below. Thanks again.